Okay, we're heading out for the summer fish tub update, early August, the 3rd of August, 2025. Kind of getting starting to get into the late season here, the point where we start going from trying to produce fry to really growing them out. So looking at the Aphanius velaticovi tub, I don't know how well you can see, but there are plenty of fry and juveniles of various sizes in here. Some of them have decent size. Ooh, they're moving. You know, probably what? Some of them are getting towards a ½ an inch, maybe. Definitely over 3/8. Yeah, and you'll see over here by this Antideschia. Let's see. Oh no, my shadow probably. No, it didn't totally scare them off. So yeah, there's some more hanging out here. Some of the bigger ones. Actually, quite a few of them. Yeah, quite a few of them hanging right here. And then the Ricola mint is getting ready to flower. This tub, the Xiphophorus maculatus tub, not a whole lot going down. Yeah, I've got lots of little, I don't know if we'll be able to see them, but lots of Halloween fry that I transferred in here from the adjoining tub. But otherwise, it's mainly just continuing to grow out. Do have nice purple flowers on this spearmint from last year. It's actually doing better than the mojito mint that I bought that's adjacent to it in the adjacent tub. Okay, the other, got some helicopters flying by. The main Halloween tub, obviously you can see there's lots of fish. They're really growing. Yeah, definitely got a bunch of the bigger ones are over 3/4 of an inch. There was a breeder right there. But yeah, getting good size. Starting to get colored up, starting to actually look orange, which is always, you know, a good thing. But yeah, they're coming in, looking good. And this cardinal plant is starting to throw off flowers. So this tub, again, haven't seen anything from the domestic platies in this one. Yesterday I did go in, and I usually don't do this, but I went and manually pulled out most of the algae in this tub because it was just everywhere and was couldn't see anything. And it was at this point with the tubs, I want to try to discourage the algae and get it to be replaced by water lettuce, because in like a month or, well, yeah, starting in a month, I'm going to start breaking down the tubs. And it's really a pain to break them down when there's algae in them, because the small fish will get up in the algae, and then, well, there's obvious issues with that. So having to pick them out. So I try to get stuff to transition over to water lettuce. So like this, I haven't been pulling the algae out of the other tubs, but I have been tucking it on top of itself or under itself to kind of get more open water in the other tubs and give the water lettuce a better chance of outcompeting the algae. So I did a bit of that in this tub, and then also in the Hikari tub I did a lot of it. So I pretty much, it was almost totally full of algae, and now the one side I've mostly tucked it under, and then I'm thinking, we'll see, but I believe the water lettuce is getting to a point where it'll outcompete it. Got the cat hanging out right here, big boy, looking for grasshoppers. But yeah, the Hikaris are growing out. I'm seeing more of the actual Hikari phenotype, but still they're vastly outnumbered by the normal phenotype. But I'm getting both the gold / orange. They really, compared to the Halloweens, these guys are much more of a gold color. Fry, I mean, juveniles at this point, and then also these gray ones. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what I end up doing with the actual Hikaris for next year. If we're lucky, maybe we'll actually see some Valencia laternoi fry in this tub. I definitely see some movement from them. There's some right here. Don't know if you can see them when they're, yeah, there's a couple of them moving right there. But yeah, the thing about the Valencia, the fry, I mean, they're just kind of, there's actually a bunch of them right there now I'm looking at it. You can see their eyes, this was going to say. They're just kind of a gray fry, but they have these very reflective eyes where they're like almost silver colored. Yeah, there's another one right over there. So yeah, I got a bunch of Valencia, which is great because they're a really rare species that, no one really works with and needs to be propagated because they're endangered in the wild. Let's see. Oh, there's Turtle. He's up. Let's see if he'll... Oh no, he's gonna duck down as soon as he sees the camera. Maybe he'll come back up. Anyway, you got a momentary view of the turtle right there. There's still a few Miyuki juveniles in with him too. Over here at the other Halloween tub, these guys are really coloring up. They're really starting to get orange. And yeah, generally looking good. Obviously, you've got the white ones mixed in there with them too, but those are also looking pretty good too. And they've got a very almost bluish tint to them from the iridescence. But yeah, they're doing well and really growing out quick. This tub didn't produce as much because I think I lost most of the breeders. In fact, I'm only seeing one of the males in the last couple weeks, but it definitely, whipping his tail in the water, definitely was producing big fry. And there's Honey going and kind of puttering around. Yeah, I'm going, she's not really much of a hunter. I was going to say she's going after the grasshoppers, but not really. I think she's just going to the back corner to hang out. This guy, on the other hand, loves to catch and eat the grasshoppers, him and his sister. They love it. Yes, you do. I know. Okay. The muck bucket with where I'm propagating the Halloweens that I was transferring eggs. These guys are growing out quite a bit too. You can see a couple there, some white ones that have that bluish tint that have grown up really well, and then there's also a bunch of little guys still. There's a whole swarm of them, like I don't know if you can see them in the shadow, but there's a whole swarm of little guys right down in there. But yeah, this tub's going well too. In fact, this has been, for production so far, knock on wood. Of course, I say this and we'll have a mass die-off or something, but in general, this has been my best year for stuff breeding and in quantity since 2022. I mean, I've had a few misses, like both of the Ziphophorus, but that you don't get them all. So, but almost everything, and the Scyphia. Ooh. She's hunting grasshoppers too. You can see her going. Yeah, getting excited. Oh, yeah. Yes, you love the grasshoppers. Yes, you do. I know. Yeah. Oh, and you love laying in the grass, rolling in the dirt. Yeah. Yeah, you got a wildness to you, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You and your brother. Yeah, you wouldn't know it looking at these two, but they're actually litter mates. Yeah. But anyway, the small Ephanius mento tub, haven't been seeing a whole lot happening here. This is one that I haven't been really managing to algae. But yeah, I haven't really seen any fry yet in this one. The rectangular Ephanius mento tub, there's been, I see one right there. There's juveniles in here for sure now, in a decent size. And I've seen at least one of the males hanging around, so yeah, it's doing good. Yeah, and this, I should say, this cardinal plant kept getting, it grew too big for the pot and it kept getting knocked over from the pot, so I just kind of stuck it at the bottom and just letting it lean up against the side. Okay, the main Ephanius mento tub. You can see there's a bunch of decent sized juveniles in here, which is making me excited. Should have good numbers of them come fall. I mean, we'll see if they're sexed out at that point where I can actually sell them, but if they're not, they at least look big enough that should be able to get some pairs in the spring at the very least. Oh, there's one of the males. Oh, he ducked down. But yeah, this is being productive, and yeah, this is another tub where I have been kind of clearing out the algae. Haven't been pulling it out, but kind of tucking it in under itself to encourage the water lettuce to outcompete it. And that Australian can is really doing well right there. Okay, the mixed medaka tub. As you can see, there's Miyuki down there and another Miyuki over there in the corner. I'm getting a few fry, including some little guys now. I noticed that one of the females had was carrying eggs. So I'm getting some more guys out of this tub. So I'll be interested to see what they end up growing up and looking like. It'll be, another little project to work with and see what comes out of it. Next year I think is going to be a very medaka heavy year. I've got a bunch of projects that are developing right now. Over to the Jordanella tub, the flagfish tub. I just saw a fry darting around in there, which you probably can't see anymore. But yeah, this tub, the water lettuce is starting to overtake the algae, but I still have been, tucking it in. There's a few fry that I see every once in a while, but it doesn't look like there's tons of them. So yeah, just kind of a slow grow out. The Skiffia tub is totally full of plants. Have seen no fish in it at all. So I don't know. It's gonna be this is probably one of the first tubs I take down. When it comes to that time of the season. They were just running around. It's be one of the first tubs I take down when it gets to that time of the season, and yeah, I'll be able to go and see, see if anything actually is in here, any fish. I suspect there's a few just because I'm not seeing any mosquito larvae in here, but I'm not, if there were Skiffia in here that were breeding, I would expect to see fry from them. Speaking of fry, there's one right there. Pleasant surprise. I saw there's actually a bunch of, at least one decent sized batch of Ilyodon fry in here, which I wasn't really expecting because this is mainly just a retirement for my older Ilyodon. So yeah, it's nice to get some extra individuals. So yeah, it's always good to get these guys. Yeah, there's hanging out right there. It is kind of amazing how big Ilyodon come out. These guys, they're probably several weeks old at this point, because they're not that big when they come out. Certainly not that heavily colored. But yeah, like Ilyodon come out and they're like a good ½ inch coming right out of the mother. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of the update on the tubs for kind of early August. And yeah, I'll be talking to you guys next week. Let me know how your tubs are going. Anyway, have a good one.